It's either about to take off or it's about to drop to this support right here and potentially down here around 423, I mean 429.3 or 2. So let's see, it could take off right here and break new highs pretty soon, or like I said, so supports, first support would be here where it could take off if it drops around here. After that, around here, in my opinion. So now it's about to test all-time highs. Let me try and mark my trend lines. Should have did this earlier, been lazy. 429.85, I kind of like that as resistance, either there or 429.68. I'll mark them both. 429.68. Gotta make sure. Yeah, it don't look like 68, but it is. And 429.85. And I put extra in days so it straightens out. Because if you put the same day, if you put these two the same day, sometimes it's crooked. A lot of times it is. So that's why I put different days. Just saying. As you can see, that was a valid resistance so far. This 429.68. So it needs to test support. Like I said, could drop, you know, could drop to around here for a bounce, or even down here. Those are the bullish support levels. It could drop lower, but those are the squeeze support levels pretty much. And it could be a double bottom also. So it could come all the way back down here and then bounce, you know, or like I said right here, like that'd be a double bottom. That'd pretty much be a double bottom, because this right here, this support, it comes down here. But I don't know, I'm betting on a squeeze pretty much, which I always bet on squeezes. It's not good to, but if you put a little bit of money, it's all right. It could pop big because here's 1, 2, and 3. So now it's coming down for support. So this is where it could squeeze if it does. This is a 3-minute chart, like an intraday squeeze, you know, like it could pretty much pass, well, at least get up here to this resistance right here. From here, it could get there and potentially pass, make new all-time highs. So let's see, I might put some more. Let me see, probably some 429 calls. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some. Never mind, they're too expensive. A little tempted to add here, but this has been a theta burn market, so it's gonna probably, you know, it's gonna probably drop a little bit before it takes off. That's been the pattern, that's been the trends lately, theta burn pretty much. So here's the first potential support. So kind of tempted to add around here. This would be the squeeze support if it's gonna pass. If it's gonna pass this very soon, this would be the support. But like I said, it could even drop down here. I mean, and it can be a double bottom. It could drop all the way down here. So decisions. 429.1, it's at 429.2. So that's the support. I mean, it's gonna pop here to test the resistance, likely. I mean, it could be a day trade or a scalp, but I don't know. I'm not. You know, maybe I will do a little day trade here or a scalp. Let me see what I got. 430 call. I can buy. Probably too freaking late now. Too busy trying to decide what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Oh, actually, I was gonna do it, but too freaking late. That took too long to decide to type it, because I was trying to buy 66 cents. It was at 66. It was at 65. I was trying to buy 66, 67. Now it's at 69. But too late. Too freaking late. If this comes down for a double bottom, like back to the support around 429.2, then I'll probably add big for a scalp. Okay, so I'm trying to add here. Trying to add some 430 calls at 67 cents. That's my limit buy. It's not going through. The mark is 66 cents, and I'm trying to buy 67 cents. So probably won't go through. Too much premium on it. Like, people know that people want to buy, so they're not gonna sell. You know what I mean? Like, they want you to buy higher. They want you to buy like 68 cents, for instance. 68, 69. Still trying to buy 67 cents. Okay, it went through. Now let's see. Could drop here. As you see, the 430 calls. I got some. That theta, ooh, 65 cents. It says 64.5. That theta is kicking in. Okay, so I sold at 70 cents, I believe, or 71 cents or something. I don't know, but took profit anyway. For a scalp, as you see, I have some left. I have a little bit left, but I sold most. Those 430 calls, yep. I'll probably sell the rest. I'll leave like 2 or 3. So this can be a squeeze pattern right here. Pretty common pattern. So let's see. So basically, you could have an intraday squeeze. It could pass this. It can pass this resistance and then get around here and test this resistance. Maybe fell and come down lower, or fell, come down a little bit to this support and then pop off. So far, as you see, it's squeezing. This pattern right here, I mean, it's a squeeze pattern. Let me try and, yeah, that right there is a squeeze pattern. Okay, yeah. So let's see. Speaking of squeeze pattern, I was just looking over here. It's like back here, you know, there's a bunch of them. As you see, so I was saying this right here is a squeeze pattern, right? It's like back here, similar as you see right here also. So it's kind of like this pattern right here, kind of like this pattern. Then it squeezed up, then it came down for support. Even right here, it did the opposite. Came down right here, it squeezed up to test resistance. It failed and it came down. Same right here, there was all-time highs. It came down, it squeezed up, it failed resistance. As you see, sometimes they're reversed. Like sometimes it's this way, sometimes it looks this way, going this way, like going from lower highs to higher highs, and sometimes it goes from higher highs to higher lows to lower lows. I always get those mixed up. Lower highs, like, okay, anyway, so right here also same thing, similar. As you see the pattern and it's squeezed up. That's why I was saying this could be a squeeze pattern. That's why it's testing, at least it's testing, you know, for intraday, because people know it can be a squeeze pattern. So that's why it came up to test. It's testing right now. So this went from lower lows to higher lows. See, there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them right here, squeezed up, right here, squeezed up, kind of right here, not really. On a bigger chart that make more sense, but right here, squeezed up. Not necessarily a squeeze to break all-time highs, but a squeeze for intraday to make, you know, like, I don't know, like 20% trade, 30% trade, profit trade, you know. There it is again, like I said. And this is a great example. I was just looking at this. So you can see a squeeze pattern and this is a bigger trend right here, right? So right here is a squeeze pattern. Here's the bottom right here, the other bottom, then it's coming up, it's squeezing to test resistance. And it's like right here, it's like the opposite. Like it went from lower lows to higher lows, but it's still squeezed. And right here, well, it's still lower lows to higher lows, so never mind. But as you can see, the same pattern right here is the same pattern as this right here. Let me mark, see those? If this wasn't messing up so freaking bad, pissing me off. You see those two right there, the bottoms 1 and 2 squeeze. Same thing with right here, it's 1 and 2 and squeeze. It's an intraday squeeze, you know, like I said, it's not really, you know, I mean, day trade squeezes, I mean, if you're in there for like 10-15 minutes, yeah, but it's more of a scalp, like, you know, like in there for like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, unless you want to be more risky, you know. But that's where you buy. If you think there'll be a squeeze to pass all-time highs, that's where you buy, because it could get to like 100% trade, it could get to like 500% profit trades, 1,000%. It just depends on the chart you're looking at and the trends and where you're at. But yeah, those are squeeze patterns. Basically supports to test resistance or to pass resistance, and to potentially have a short squeeze, like a big short squeeze. Like today, it can possibly get to like 431, 432. That'd be pretty big. That'd be a pretty big short squeeze, you know. That'd be like 1,000%, 2,000% trade. So right now it's testing resistance, so it can fail and it could drop. This can drop and have a double bottom right here, and then squeeze again, or it can drop to around here to this support right here. And this is the last all-time highs from a couple of days ago. Let me show. See this line right here? This was the all-time highs a few days ago. That's where I got that from. That support. It was a resistance, now it's a support. I'm gonna probably add some right here for a scalp for a 429 calls, or 430 calls actually. It's on support, 68 cents. I'm trying to think if I want to add. Probably too freaking late. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy at 69 cents. I'm gonna try and buy at 68 cents. Screw it, 69 cents. Oh, watch it drop. It went through. I was gonna cancel it. That happens. Let me see. Okay, in at 68 cents is my average. This is my trade price. Let's see if it bounces. It's either gonna bounce or it's gonna come down. I think it'll go up one more time to maybe at least, you know, probably get past to this line right here, to this resistance from the all-time highs. Well, I mean, below the all-time highs. Let's see. This is very sketchy, so I'm gonna get out right here. I'm gonna try at 66 cents. At least I'm gonna get out most. I'm gonna sell most. And it failed. I'm gonna sell more. It's at 68 cents. I'm gonna try and sell 65 cents. At 66 cents. I'm gonna keep 2. I'm gonna sell 4 of these 430 calls, cause that was a big trade, a big position, and I took profits. As you can see, good thing, cause it can come down. So like I said earlier, this could be a bounce right here, but no telling. It could butter right through, could chop right through this and fall down to the next support, which would be right here, the green. After that, I mean, it can come all the way down here for a double bottom. It could even come down here for a double bottom. As you see right here is it hit a support. So if it came down to here, to this line where this bounced, that'd be that'd also be a double bottom. That could be very, very bullish. It can bounce very hard there, at least for a day trade or scalp. But kind of tempted to buy here, but I'm gonna just wait because I am in profit today, so I'm not worried about it. I mean, this would be a good place to buy though for a scalp, but maybe it won't be. As you can see, there's a candlestick, a pretty big candle. That can be a good sign. That can be a good sign, but it can also be trickery. As you see, there's right here similar candlesticks with the big wick, you know, you see the wick, the bigger wick. Right here, same thing, squeezed up. Right here, similar. Right here, similar. Before it squeezed up, you see the candlestick right there? Squeeze up a little bit, came down to test. Another candlestick on the wick. I mean, another wick on the candlestick, and it squeezed up. So this could pretty much reverse right here, at least to test resistance, at least to test this resistance right here. But this would be the bullish. Like, I mean, it's still in bullish levels, so I mean, it could still like reverse right here to pretty much past all-time highs, but it's always a gamble. It's always a gamble to hold. That's why I prefer day trading and scalping. Just use bigger positions. So let's see. So far, it's not really holding. It's looking very sketchy. I'm pretty happy I didn't buy it. Let's see. Will it hold? Nope, it did not hold. It is still on support though. That's one thing going for it. That's one thing going for bulls right now. It's on support. As you see, this line right here, this goes all the way pretty much from back here. I marked this earlier today. So that's all it's going for right now. So it'll probably bounce here to test resistance a little bit, just because like you look back, it's testing this support right here. Basically it's testing, let's see, this is the low right here. It's 428.67. It bounced at 428.8. So yeah, it's gonna test resistance, you know, it's gonna test support. So we'll see. It could reverse here, you know, it could always reverse, you know, off supports. But basically it's a good day trade or scalp. This one's a real quick scalp though, because this could drop. So ironically, this support that I went under, it could be the support now. If it's going to be a head and shoulders, see this line right here? This could be a support. As you see, it's bouncing off of it. It's testing it. So this could be a reversal. I might trade it, but nah. It'll probably get to like, it'll probably test right here, or it can get past it to like right here. So either right here or to around right here. Potentially like, yeah, like I just said. I might get some puts pretty soon, just for day trade or scalp. If I got some puts to be like 428 puts, I'm gonna look at 428 puts, see the prices. The ones that expire the soonest, July 2nd. Today's July 1st, so tomorrow. 428s, 428, 428s. 59 cents. I'm gonna have them queued up. This is where I would buy, but I'm taking too freaking long. 56, I have to buy at like 57. It's probably too late now. Okay, I'm trying to cancel it. Crap. Oh my gosh, a disaster just happened. I still haven't bought yet, luckily. Cancel, yes. By some miracle, I did not buy. Sometimes when it doesn't buy, it sucks. Most of the time it does suck, but sometimes it's good, because you end up not buying something by accident, you know? Okay, next resistance would be, this could be in the middle of a reversal, but I'm gonna buy some puts. 428 puts, 51 cents, 52 cents, 53 cents. I'm gonna try and buy 52. This is gonna ruin my day. This is gonna ruin my day. Screw 52. I'm gonna try and buy 50. I'm gonna try and buy 47. No, 48. Yeah, if I'm gonna buy puts, I'm gonna get them cheap. Might be a lot of theta, you know, might take another 5 minutes of fluctuation, so it'd get cheaper. Okay, I'm gonna look at the option chart for puts to see where I want to buy them. See, 428 puts. Okay, 428 puts right here. I'm gonna send it to purple. Great. Well, I think these are it. Yeah, it looks like they are. Just in case I don't want to end up making a mistake. 428 puts, I'm gonna send it back to purple. Yep, that was it. Okay, so if it goes lower, as you see, it's kicking in. There's the 1 minute. So I could probably buy again at like 50, maybe 53, unless it's dropping or about to squeeze. It could squeeze. It's forming a little flag. You know, I'm not gonna buy puts. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna buy puts. Oops, microphone's on. Should have bought up top, but I didn't. It's too late. I would have scalped it right here. Would have sold it, you know, but it's too late. So if I'm bullish, I'd buy off the head and shoulders right here, the head and shoulders support right here. So it's gonna come down a little bit more. It's 429.18. It's at 429.28. That could be the bottom actually. Probably come down a bit lower. It'll test the resistance, then come down a little bit lower maybe to above 29.18, maybe slightly below it to this support, which was the resistance. So the resistance was 429.11. It could be above that at like 429.2 or something, 429.15. So it could be between 18 and 15, really between 22 and like 15. If it comes down from here, it could be taken off. This could be a flag right here, which it is a flag, but I mean, it could be just testing, then coming back down, but it could be taken off. We'll see. See, good thing I didn't buy puts, because I would have bought them too expensive, and I would have instantly been down like 10% or 7%. Another squeeze pattern potential. You see the same pattern I mentioned earlier. See two bottoms, so it's coming up It's gonna test resistance, so it could come up a little bit higher and then fall, or it could pass this current resistance right here and get to like, it could even get all the way up here. So basically, yeah, that's a very common pattern I've been talking about, the double bottom, which that's pretty much a flag. So two bottoms, one bottom, another bottom. You see, now it's going up to test. Very common pattern, very common scalp pattern. And if you're looking at a bigger chart, like, I don't know, like a 1 hour chart, maybe 20-minute chart, it's a pretty common day trade pattern, but it's not that simple though. It depends on the other patterns in other charts, time frames. But overall, that's a pretty common pattern. So let's see. So far, a triple top. This could drop. It could come down a little bit for support, then pop off. Little intraday squeeze, like I said, to like probably around up here, or maybe even past it. If it passed it, it'd come up here to this resistance. Yep, it'd go up there to that resistance. So from here, it could squeeze to this resistance right here, or past it. You know, this is all-time highs right here. So it could even go all the way to like 430.4. I'm gonna mark it actually. I'm gonna mark this to 4. I should have marked it earlier. 429.95. Okay. So now that's a head and shoulders pretty much. It's turned into a head and shoulders. Zoom in, buddy. See right there? Support back here. Head and shoulders support. And this, like I said, squeeze pattern. Squeeze pattern. This right here. Squeeze pattern on a graph chart or line graph. That is a squeeze pattern. I'm gonna just leave it, I guess. It's sketchy so far, but still higher lows. What do you know? 1, 2, and 3. That's been a pretty common pattern for a squeeze. I might scalp this, but it could be a trap though. That's the thing. It's probably a trap, to be honest, unless this is going to like 430.5 today. Just got some 428 puts. I will probably regret this. Going for a day trade, obviously. Yeah, obviously. I have a limit buy for 48 cents for 428 puts. Like I said, I'm already regretting this, but I'm gonna play it. So down 10% on those 428 puts. So let's see. This could come down for support, or it could be squeezing, like I said, to like 431, around realistically like 430.5 today. So let's see. My average is trash. A moment of truth for me, at least, or to come down and make some profit, or, you know, cut less losses. If I was smart, this would be where cut losses. 1% loss. What do you know? The good old squeeze pattern. I'm playing against it pretty much, which is pretty dumb. Playing against the squeeze pattern I've been talking about. Squeeze pattern, once again, squeeze pattern. Okay, I averaged down. I was pretty close. I sold at like 1 cent profit. For like 5% profit, and I'm back. It's kind of scary. So this pattern could be right before it drops. This can be right before it drops. If you look back, oh, let me go back up here. This pattern can be right before it drops, and if you look back, for example, we could be like right here pretty much, or right here, so right before it falls down. But what it can do, instead of falling, it can do the opposite. Instead of falling like it did, it could squeeze instead and go up. So that's where we're at right now. This is pretty good. This would be a pretty good YOLO hedge for daily options, you know, like, I don't know, like 430 calls that expire today, and also 428 calls that expire today. Like, those are more in the money. More out the money is like 431, 432 calls that expire today, and 427, 426 puts, which more realistically like 427, because 428 is getting kind of late. It's 11 a.m. so I mean, unless it's a waterfall, it won't get to like 426. So we'll see. It can test resistance here, probably get right here or slightly above it, like right here, and then that'll be the test. It'll form a flag, and we'll see if it drops. I got some 429 puts to spice things up. So yeah, let's see. My average was like instantly trash. 77, it's at 74, pretty much 75. I guess it ain't that bad, but it's pretty trash. This has head and shoulders potential, as you can see right here. It's coming down this support right here, and ironically back here is also a support. So two supports based off back here. Let me take this off. Support based off back here, right? Like right above these resistance levels. They're not support levels. And right here, this head and shoulder support, and this right here. That can be very, very bullish. I'm gonna sell my puts, because that could be crazy bullish right there. Hopefully I don't take a big loss. I'm trying to sell 76 maybe. Yeah, I'll sell 76. That can be a crazy bullish, but that could be a trap. But I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna buy some 430 calls like very soon, probably right now. It's also a triple top. This is scary. This could be a drop or a squeeze. It could be a crazy drop or a crazy squeeze coming. As you see right here, 1 and a 2 and a 3. It failed both resistance levels. all 3 times. I say both, but it felt this resistance level all 3 times, and also down here crazy support levels right here. So I'm gonna bet it's gonna be a squeeze just because I don't know. So hopefully I've been trying to buy, but it's not going through. I'm trying to buy some 429 calls I've been trying to buy at 128. It's been fluctuating from 126 to 127. It's not buying, so people want me to pay more pretty much. I might just do it. Fine, I'll do it. I'll pay 129, see if that goes through. What do you know, it's at 129 now. Okay, it went through. So like I said, this could be a crazy squeeze or it could be a crazy drop. See what happens. Just based off, like I said, just based off these support levels right here. 1, 2, 3 support, and this right here, 1 and 2, and right here, this is the support currently. So that's bullish, but this is also very bearish. 1, 2, and 3. Pretty much 3 fails. It tests resistance 3 times and it failed. So 1, 2, 3. So pretty much this is looking like a squeeze, like I said. So let's see. So far, no bueno. I bought too expensive. I know I did. It's freaking FOMO. But let's see. Okay, right now it's sketchy. It is 0.4. Yeah, that's pretty sketchy. I'm gonna cut some losses. I'm cutting some losses till it's 22. Of course, when it's on my puts, it starts dropping. I just bought some 429 calls. This is based off a double bottom right here. See right here, 1 and 2, double bottom, and it's still above. This is the low of the pattern, and 429.28, and the high of the low is 429.36, and right now it's at 429.41 right there, and 429.40. So double bottom. So I don't know, it's probably a scalp. Sold that position for a scalp. I took most profit, kept a little bit because this is squirrely, as they say, squirrely, or as I say, as people say. Not necessarily traders, maybe, I don't know, it's squirrely. Just got some puts, some 428 puts, because why not, whatever, because it can go down, that's why. This is freaking choppy, and spice things up for myself personally. Need some entertainment, just listen to podcasts, watching charts, you know, I mean, need some entertainment, all right, okay, yeah. Ironically, this pattern right here, you see 1 and a 2 and a 3, and what do you know, squeezing, what do you know? So it'll probably go up here, it'll probably go at least up here, and then potentially passing all-time highs back here. And I just bought puts. That's how smart I am. I'm very smart. Yeah, sarcasm. But yeah, so like I've been saying, the magic 1, 2, 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3, and this is a triple bottom essentially. It's at 429.41. This is 0.41. This is also, what is this? Whoa, 3.41s. I did not notice that. Okay, I might sell these puts. I'ma sell these puts. That was a mistake to buy the puts. I am selling the puts. You know what? Should I just keep them for? That's a pretty. I'll keep one. It's pretty bullish. Looks, I mean, considering it's a triple bottom, I mean, that's normally pretty bullish, but this could be a trick, you know, but whatever. I'm gonna watch and see. Squeezing, yeah. Where will it go? Will it go to 431, 432? Will it form a flag right here? Then take all freaking day to do some price action, then squeeze again and drop, or drop? IDK. Okay, I'm gonna buy some puts right here. Some 429 puts, just because I have a feeling and it's gonna screw me up like usual. Okay, 56 cents. Some I'm gonna just not talk and do it because I don't know, ADHD or something. Oh, there it goes. It's not. Okay, so 429 puts. Expire the second. I want to buy at 56 cents. It's at 57 cents. Fine, I'll try and buy 58 cents. You got me. And it filled. Potential top or not. It's find out. When I say top, I mean, you know, like intraday top, like it'll fall for today, you know. Not necessarily the very top. I think the very top for a big pullback is around 431, 432. Yeah. So pretty obvious supports would be right here based off the last all-time highs. Based off the last all-time highs, the green line, and also the red line based off the last all-time high resistance. Like it's the resistance that tested, that failed. So yeah, so it could bounce here pretty hard and go to like 431, 432. Well, a little bit lower maybe. Let's see, what is this? It's 429.95. It bounced at 430.02. So yeah, it could bounce there, maybe a little bit lower, but yeah, they're also down here and obviously right here also. But I don't know, unless it's a very big squeeze, which it very much well can be, because this beautiful pattern right here, this 429.41, 3 in a row, one right here, one right here. Let me zoom in. See 429.41, one right here, one right here, and one right here. A triple bottom. Therefore, the squeeze, the beautiful squeeze. That's like a, I'm not even sure if I played it. I think it was a 60% move. Like, it was like a 60% move or something. I don't know. I think I bought the 430 calls. I forgot. But yeah. So if I held it, which I'm gonna hold, I only have one contract on the 430 calls. So I'm gonna hold it. Or I have two of them actually. I'm gonna hold it. It could potentially get to like, I don't know, like 700% maybe. Let's see. Oh, it could also potentially, you know, it can drop from up here. It can drop, which I've been expecting 431, 432, but I mean, this market's been very choppy. It has started a new trend though. It has started a new long-term trend. So maybe the pattern changed. Maybe the trends changed. But the trends that have been around the past like 4 or 5 months have been very choppy, very theta burn, very extended. So I wouldn't be surprised if this dropped, but it's been pretty bullish lately the past, I don't know, the past at least week and a half. So it'll probably go to 431, 432 today. We'll see. When I mentioned the pattern, that beautiful pattern, this is probably in the freaking way. So okay, 429.41, 429.41, 429.41, triple bottom right here. That pattern, 1, 2, and 3, and it squeezed very hard after that. It's no coincidence, that pattern right there, triple bottom, and plus it was off of support too. Let's see, basically off the highs, 41. Whew. It's also 41 right here. I didn't even notice that. So this is a very bottom support, and the high of the bottom is 429.41, and so over here 429.41, 429.41, 429.41, triple bottom, right on top of a support right there, of the top support of the bottom support. This is the bottom, 429.23. This is the very bottom. Top of that is 429.41. Yeah. See what's going on right now. There's that. This can be a reversal pattern right here. This has been pretty common. This little pattern right here, as you see. Okay, it's right on support, right below support, right below support. It's forming a head and shoulders. Pretty much, it's forming a head and shoulders and eventually a flag. So there's that. It can be a trick though. It could drop. I mean, I'm pretty much have puts on dropping, which it can squeeze, but I'm gonna just bet on to spice things up dropping, but or just depress things up. But similar right here, this was a pretty strong support and it went slightly below, then it squeezed up. This was today actually. So then it reversed pretty much. It squeezed up slowly. This took how long? Oh my gosh, disaster, this mouse. So this took like an hour, like 45 minutes, almost an hour. But so anyway, so it could be similar. So right there, it looks like so far it's head and shoulders right now, little micro head and shoulders. You can't really tell. So here's the very bottom. It's a higher high or a higher low, 430.05, and right here is 430.04. So right now it's head and shoulders. Oh my, the nightmare, this mouse. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'll cut this out. Potential head and shoulders. So it looks like it failed. It failed though. And what do you know? This is up. This is up, and I didn't even know it. But yeah, this right here. I'm gonna just stop. This would probably be a pretty good scalp day trade. Maybe not if it's dropping straight down. Yeah, let's see. Nah, I'm not gonna day trade it. I'm kind of tempted to day trade it, buy some calls, some like 4 maybe 30 calls, but I'm not gonna do it because this could drop. So this support is pretty much head and shoulders. If it bounces off this support, if it bounces hard, that can be going straight to like 431, 432, potentially just like 430.5 or 6 for some price action. You know, like a higher, basically kind of like down here. Like see, it'd be like this, but the opposite. Like say we're right here, but it's going the opposite way. We're right here. It came down from all time. Or actually, okay. So like all time highs came down for support, came back up. Failed support, falling down. That's kind of what I think is going to happen right there. But it could be the opposite. Like this could be the all-time highs, right? Opposite way. It went down. It's going to break higher all-time highs to like I said, like 430.5 or 6, and then it can drop, or it can just drop a little bit like right here, then squeeze, then go up, you know, that way, not down. But yeah, I think you get the point. When below it, went slightly below it. What is this anyway? It's 429.95. It's at 93. That can be valid still. It can be valid. If it goes a little bit below it, it can still squeeze. Like you see right here, it went a little bit below support. It's still squeezed up. It could happen right here also. And down here, a little bit below support, squeezed up. It's just the way I draw my lines, you know, like it's not always like that. But for me, typically it bounces right above it or right below it. So I'm just saying it could still squeeze, but honestly, I don't know, but it can. It's possible. Of course it's possible. For some reason, I'm kind of convinced. I convinced myself to sell puts here and buy some calls at this support. The red line, like right above it, is pretty much there right now. So I don't know. It's just a hunch. Just a hunch. Let me see if I bought calls. What would it be? It'd be 430 calls. So, man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Do not know. Okay, so I'm gonna sell my puts. I'll keep my puts. I'm gonna buy some calls. I'll keep the puts I have. I don't want to ruin my. I'll buy some 430 calls that expire on the 6th. Screw it, 432 calls. 430 calls. Oh, it might be too late. Okay, it filled. I saw the spike and I'm like, oh, too late. But nah, it filled. Let me see, is my average trash? Is my average trash? My average is okay. Bought at 127. It's gonna be a quick scalp. Well, we'll see. I hold it for a couple minutes, then sell, aka scalp. Okay, I'm gonna sell my calls now. I'm happy. 450 profit. Trying to sell 132. The mark's 133. Please sell at 132. Yay, it sold. Okay, took a little profit right there. I'm trying to wonder if I should sell my puts, my whatever puts I have. Let me look what they were. 429 puts. 429 puts. I'm gonna sell them because why not? It's at 56. Yeah, I'm selling them. Don't gotta worry about that. Now I could relax and not, you know, be so. I just could relax. What do you know? Recognize that pattern? I just forgot to point out earlier, but look, the pattern. 1 and a 2. This is a big number 1, and this is number 2. And pop, so squeeze pattern. Not necessarily, at least it's squeezing intraday, but the squeeze can test the resistance right here. It can test pretty much this resistance right here, which is testing it right now. It can get slightly past it, which if it gets past this resistance right here, wow. Squeeze pattern. Like I said earlier, the squeeze pattern, number 1 right here, and number 2. And what do you know, a squeeze? So that's basically the squeeze is to test resistance. So it's testing this resistance right now. It's testing this resistance, and if it gets past this, it'll likely get past this right here. So this would be a pretty good spot to cut losses around this top right here, right before here. If I'm scalping. If I'm day trading, I would have bought like pretty much right here, or even right here at the when it bounced off this support right here. This green line would have, you know, bought right there for day trade. Options that expired like the soonest, like the same day or next day maybe. Made a quick like 10, 15, 20% profit, then sold before right here, which would be pretty good right here. And so, or day trade, put a little bit of money, you know, put a little bit of money, like I don't know, whatever you can lose, and then hold it all till market close. Or swing trade it. Better for day trading. But so yeah, this is the pattern, the squeeze pattern. So little intraday squeeze, you know, right here, little intraday squeeze, like I said, easy 10-15% profit right there. And yeah, so it could pass. It can pass. If it gets past this right here, it'll likely pass this right here. So let's see, right now it's testing. It's probably coming back down for this support right here. This support is 429.95. It's at 430 right now, so it could bounce right here. As you see, it's bouncing, so it's testing support, seeing if there's a resistance. That is what it's doing. This is a 3-minute chart. This is a 3-minute chart. This is the 1-minute chart. It got past this right here. So let's see, should be passing this now. Should make new all-time highs. But hey, I could be wrong, but I think it's gonna pass. Okay, I'd like to mention I noticed 1 and a 2 and a 3, so maybe big moves coming, whether it's dropping or it's going up. My guess is going up because it passed this resistance right here. So this is probably about to spike the F up right now, because just from a hunch, from 1, 2, and 3. So 3 of them. So there's 2, 1 and 2 squeeze pattern, and there's sideway patterns, like, you know, like 1, 2, and 3. And so yeah, I think something basic. I think something decent's gonna happen, pretty big. I mean, whether it's about a squeeze, it could just be very choppy and form a flag, and then the move happens, or it could just pop the F up very soon. We'll see. I'd just like to mention, as I was looking around in other charts, I mean, it could be like this right here, you know, like it barely gets to the resistance, testing it, then it begins to fall. So pretty much this is what it's gonna look like. It could, from where it's at right now, it could begin to fall, like a pretty big fall, or it's gonna do the opposite. It's gonna be a pretty big spike going up. So that's very possible. That's what I think can happen, and let's just watch and see. I might buy some out the money, like 431, 432. Yeah, I'll buy some 431s that expire today probably. It depends if I have some already. I have so many right now. I have so many that I don't even know that expire today. Yeah, I already have 431, 432. Well, expire tomorrow, not today. 30 up a lot, so I'm not gonna buy. So this right here is a more proper 3 pattern. A 1 right here, 2 and 3. As you see the bottoms, the very bottom spike right here, bottom spike right here, and bottom spike right here. So it also indicates big move coming, like I've been saying, like I just said earlier, like 5 minutes ago. So yeah, so it's gonna be a continuation of the big move, or it's gonna start dropping. It's gonna start forming a small flag and then start dropping. To say how long it's gonna take, I don't know. It could be very soon. It could drop straight down if it does drop, or it could form a flag for the next hour and a half and then make a move, or just form a flag and close. The market can close at a flag. Basically, theta burn and for people to place their moves, whether they're buying puts or calls. But let's see. So like I said, it could be squeezing. It could continue squeezing because, I mean, pretty big move. Like I said, back here could be a pretty big move. Like, looks like it's going up, so it could, instead of going down, it's going up so far. So yeah, just saying. Notice the 1 and a 2 and a 3, which that's pretty important. That pattern is also pretty important to indicate a pretty big move is coming. So it's probably gonna be a real quick spike. I don't know. Let's see. Spiking so far pretty quick. And these levels right here are pretty risky. So I'd be taking most profit right here if I bought, like, you know, down here or down here, even right here. I'd be taking profit right here. Most of it, most profit, because around 0.30 and 0.5 it can drop like a rock. But like I said, I mean, it's looking like it's a pretty big squeeze. Probably going to like 430, at least, I don't know, like 430.5 or 430.7 maybe. Probably 430.5. But like I said, it can be a crazy squeeze. Instead of dropping like right here, instead of going down, it looks like it's going up. So it's probably just like halfway through the squeeze, you know? So it'll probably be going to like 431, 431.5, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, just like to add, pretty big wick. As you can see, it's a pretty big wick right there. That's an indicator that it could be dropping. So basically it could be dropped like it is right now, right? Like, look right here, big wick, dropped a little bit, test resistance, dropped. That could be happening right now. It could be dropping big. Like I said, it's a pretty good level to sell, to take profit, around 0.3, 0.35, something like that. So anyway, so price action is happening right now. I mean, really, yeah, price action, patterns. So yeah, big wick. I just want to mention the big wick at the very top. These big wicks, they're pretty important. Let me see back here. You see, big wick right here, big wick right there, big wick right here, also big wick right there, right before a real quick squeeze. Big wick, all right, that's all I'm saying. This would probably be a good place to buy calls if I want to. I mean, it's too much premium and too expensive if you ask me. But at this support level, or even this one right here, if the squeeze continues, it's gonna bounce around there. Pretty much around here, which is where it's at, or around right here. That's where the squeeze will continue, you know? So if it gets down here, I'll probably end up buying some calls for a day trade or a scalp, really a scalp, if it gets down here. And also that'd be a double bottom too, right here, double bottom. If it came down to this support, it also right here, it'd come down to around here. So that'd be a double bottom. So let's see what happens. It's probably squeezing right now just because this support back here has been a pretty common pattern that it bounces off support off the next, like you see how this tested resistance and failed, and this was the all-time high. It's been a pretty common pattern that it comes off the resistance, the testing off the all-time high. So it's been pretty common that it's, you know, like this tested, it failed, but here it is. You can see it sticks out like a sore thumb. These have been pretty common lately, at least that I noticed the past, like today at least. And what do you know, it's bouncing. This happened earlier a few times, I believe. Let me see if I can find some examples. Let me see if I can find this right here. I remember, I think it was this right here. This was, you can't really tell because the pattern is so small. It's the bottom too, not the very top. This is the top, really. Well, this gets a little bit confusing. There, I'm gonna just go back up there. It's pretty hard to explain things because I know I see things, but I forget where I see them, you know? Like I've seen them multiple places, like probably at least 2 places today. But I don't feel like stumbling over my words, trying to look and explain and blah blah blah. So anyway, here we are. So this pattern right here, obviously there's that 1 so far. It could come back down for number 2. So here's 1 and it's off this support, and it could come down to this support down here and create number 2. So here's 1 right here. It could come down from here, and then down here it'd be number 2. Like I said, the patterns, the squeeze patterns, just like this right here, 1 and 2, you know, just like that. It's like back here, let's see on a bigger chart, you can tell, but right here, this could be where it's at right now. It could be at 1. It could have a higher low at number 2. See, so it's at 1 and it could bounce at a higher low. Like it could drop right here and then bounce, so it'd be 1, and then up here would be 2. It'd be a higher low instead of lower low. Like if it came down here, it'd be a lower low, but it could come down right here a bit off support, then bounce, but it'd be a higher low, and it could still be 1 and 2. Some more examples. Just a 1 minute chart. Let me go to a 3 minute chart. I keep forgetting this freaking thing is on. Oh my gosh. I mean, this could be considered 1 and 2 right here. 1 and 2 because the support, it hit it. And also right here, 1 and 2. And on a bigger trend, if you just look at these and not the little gap downs, here's 1, 2, and 3. Big move. It's probably confusing. Anyway, I'm going back up. So I was saying, just because the stupid thing was up, here's 1. Could come up here, could come down for 2, right? It could come lower. It looks like it's going higher. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. All right. Yeah. And there it is, 1 and 2. It'll probably turn to 3, so it'll come back down and spike even higher. This little price action needs to form a flag, then come back down a little bit and bounce off. Probably off like 430 point. What's this? That's 430.35. So probably around 430. Above that, around 430.3 to 430.4. Let's see, will it be the big drop to around 420, 422, or will it continue to at least 431 resistance? Oh, the suspense. Oh. Very tempted to buy some puts here for a day trade, or really a day trade. Hold it for maybe 30 minutes. Or scalp in a day trade. Let me see, some 430 puts, maybe 429, some 429 puts, 48 cents. I'm going for it. I am going for it. It filled. Hopefully my average isn't too trash. My average, let me see. No, it's not bad. And this is when my day gets ruined. I just cut losses. Too sketchy. Too sketchy. Nah. Head and shoulder support. Head and shoulder support. Let's see. Will it go through? Right here. If you look back here, there's support levels. Okay, what's this at? This is at 31. Right here is 27. Right here is 0.22. So yeah, head and shoulder support. As you see, here's the head, shoulder right here, and shoulder right here. So let's see. Will it hold? Will it hold? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know, because I think it'll come back down for support. And then maybe, I mean, it could drop to like, I don't know. I'm not going to say 420, 422 yet, but it can drop down for a little support, then go up to like 430.8, 430.9. Maybe 431, and then drop again. It just depends on the market. If it's super choppy like it's been the past like several months, and yeah, that'll probably happen. But it's a new trend now. It's a new trend. It just started the other day, I think like 2 days ago or something. So maybe it's not choppy no more. Maybe it's gonna be bullish for at least the next few days, as it has been the past few days. So let's see. So this is a 3-minute chart. Well, actually, let me go down here. Double bottom potential, as you see, 430.23, and it's at 430.24. So it's gonna bounce just based off that. But it's, you know, no telling. It's not gonna necessarily pass all-time highs, although it can. But it's gonna bounce just based off market psychology and price action. Because, you know, people see that and people are gonna buy. Machines see that, people, whoever, they're gonna see that and they're gonna buy. And it's pretty simple scalp. As you can see, going up, I'd say a good resistance would be pretty much where it's at right now to take profit, like safer profit, more safe. Potentially this can squeeze all the way, you know, past this resistance. But yeah, that would have been safer profit right there. You know, sell most, keep a little bit, then, you know, keep a little bit for the potential of this squeezing past this resistance, and, you know, be up like, I don't know, like 30% maybe, and like, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes. Right here, that'd be like, I don't know, 15% maybe, 15% profit maybe, I don't know. This depends on the options you buy, the expiration, blah blah blah. But yeah, that right there was a double bottom, and like I said, 430.23 and this 430.24, and it's pretty obvious right there. You see the candlesticks, the big wick right here for, you know, 0.23, and this is 0.24. Bounce. Just saying, that's a scalper pattern. Day trade pattern, or really scalper pattern. It could also be a day trade pattern, just depends how risky you want to be. Like you can hold it, you know, but typically you want to sell before a resistance. Like when you look back, like before one of these resistance levels and across, you know, like this is safer right here, maybe right here, you know, just take profit, you know, scalp, blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh, 420.24, 420.24, and 420.24. Triple bottom. This could rocket. Let's look at the pattern more. 420.23. It's above the main support level right here. This can rocket. Just saying. And let me see, what's this back here? It's 430.18. So yeah, I mean, that pattern right there, I mean, you know, if it's anything like earlier today, which was right here, the triple bottom before this short squeeze, as you see, this is 429.41, 429.41, and 0.41 again, and then the short squeeze. So just saying, that's something to notice. That's something, but it can be the opposite. It can do the opposite. It can, you know, it could trick you and it can drop really hard, but overall it seems like a rocket pattern, a short squeeze pattern. But you know, they're there to trick you, you know, they're there, they happen, and they're there to trick you, because you'll see the pattern like, oh, I'm gonna go extra big, and then it drops extra big. So yeah, that can be what's happening right now. Yeah, you see, exactly, dropping extra big. Well, I mean, so far it's looking like it, looking like a waterfall, low key. Where would the support be? Where would the support be? I mean, you know, safer to say would be around here, around 429.85, but it might get slightly lower, so it can probably get around here, around 429 above 429.7, around there, right above it, right below it, like 20-30 cents right below or above. Or this can just be, you know, it could, like I said, it could trick. This little drop right here, it could be the trickery, like, oh, then it spikes, then it rockets. If I look at different patterns, let me see. I was looking at different patterns earlier. I zoom out, and as you notice, here's 1 and a 2 and a 3, the bottoms, right? Then a rocket, new trend, little micro trend at least, and 1 and a 2 and a 3. So this can still rocket, because 1, this bottom, oh, and the triple bottom, by the way, and 2, and now it's this number 3 right here. But this, so that's pretty parallel so far, but it can drop a bit lower and then rocket. But like I said, it could also do the opposite, but it does look like it's very bullish. It does look bullish. All right, it looks bullish. So let's see how far it drops. And what do you know, like I was saying earlier, the support's back here, like, you know, pretty much off the top. Take this away, like I was saying, the resistance off the top, you know, like this is all-time highs. It came down to test and it failed, so this could be support. So I'm gonna mark that. It's 430.14, and it's at 430.15 right now. Wow, wasn't even showing. So resistance right here, you know, resistance, the all-time highs came down, it tested right here, it failed, it dropped. So 430.14, I was mentioning this earlier, this pattern, how it's been effective lately, at least today. 14, and I'm gonna put a couple days away. Went below it though, went slightly below it, no big deal. This could be where it pops off right here or not. See, bouncing. I just bought some calls just to, I don't know, for entertainment. This is a simulation account, by the way, so yeah. I mean, it's live trading, this is actual trading, but it's paper money, you know, paper money. Big wick, as you can see, this wick's pretty big, so it means it's gonna come back down and then pop very hard, or it's just gonna fall. So up 9%. I think I'll take most profit on those calls at 53. I'm gonna try and sell at 53. I'll leave some, but I'm gonna sell most, because taking profit, it's a good habit. So I kept some 431 calls. I kept 8 of them. It's 2:50 p.m. so the market's not gonna be open too much longer. I'll probably sell within 5 minutes. But how much I leave in? How much money worth? I'm slow. 400 bucks. Yeah. Okay, sure. I'll leave that. Oh, I might sell. What do you know? 411 or 430.11, and it's at 0.11. It could be a double bottom. If it goes below 0.11, oh yeah, it did. I'm selling. I'm gonna sell. It's at 47. I'm gonna sell at 47. I might as well sell them all. Yeah, it filled. Hence, taking profits, scalping. I like. And it could still, obviously, it could still go higher, but I just feel a lot better. You know, when you take profit, you don't feel stress. Less stress, live longer. The more you enjoy trading, because when you have a bunch of money there, and it's just stressful, you know, unless it's like a tiny portion of your account. But if it's like 20%, 10% of your account, it's really stressing. So that's why scalping is fun. I mean, yeah, I could say it's fun, especially when you paper trade scalping, paper trade day trading. It's kind of fun because you get better. It's like any game, the better you get, the more fun it gets. Like the more easy it gets, the more fun it gets. That's with anything, you know, just repetition. Okay, so I'm gonna mark the next the next support level, which I should have did it earlier, but wasn't thinking. It's right here, which it went below it already, so should I even mark it? It could be this right here, 430. That's a support level. Really, this would have been the next one I would have marked if I thought about it earlier. When I was marking this, I would have also marked this, but this can also be a support level to where it squeezes, and it's at 430, and that's at 430.04. So that's the trends. Well, is that a trend? I mean, it looks like the trend is about over. You got 1, 2, and 3 squeeze. squeeze, head and shoulders right here, 1, 2, and 3. Oh yeah, so it can go up just because it's at 3. So it's at 1, 2, and it came down for 3, so it could squeeze right here. So yeah, I might add for a swing trade right here. I don't like swing trading. I don't do it often, especially with real money, because I buy weeklies, and lately the market's, let me just buy 430 calls. I already have some 430 calls, up 6%. 431. I want to buy some 431. It's not too late. There's my alarm. Hey Google, turn off alarm. 431, 92 cents. It's kind of expensive. Dang, I'm not gonna buy just because it's so high up. Because swing trading, there's so much theta burn. So much theta burn in swing trading, especially lately. The past like 4 or 5 months. So I'm not gonna swing trade. But okay, yeah. But this was a pretty good. It could have been a pretty good day trade. Which I was in it. I took profit right there. But this could rocket. But I'm gonna start selling positions because I want to get out. I guess I'll keep some positions for the swing trade since I'm already up a lot to see. It'd be cool if I'll be up like, you know, a couple 100% tomorrow, a couple 100% market open or something. So yeah, that's today. It's 2:58 p.m. It is July 1st. Thursday. That's today's trading session, and I don't know, I guess that's all. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit. I'm gonna see what happens. Okay, so it just closed. So it closed at 430.6, right above past all-time highs, just like, you know, I don't know, like 45 minutes ago. So it's pretty common, you know, common pattern. It closed here because it's common pattern. Typically the market closes at patterns to where, you know, either it's bullish or bearish, and so far I bet a lot of puts got bought right here. I don't know, but I bet they did, because patterns very common. Like if you look right here, see slightly above, you see, okay, for example, it's the all-time highs, right? This is our all-time highs right here, and slightly above. So all-time highs, so this is where we could close at, so it could drop. That's why I closed there, because people, you know, I'm sure people added puts. Is pretty common. There's just that pattern right there. Also little bitty pattern right here. Same thing right here. See 6.66 point. That's a double top actually. Either way, it can come back down. That's why I closed there. Let me see some more examples. Look at bigger chart. I'm not saying it's coming down. I'm just saying that's why I closed there. It closed there because it's a pattern. It's a common pattern today in 2021. See the tops very close and they come back down. So it could be choppy or it could just fall straight down. So far it's a double top, little micro double top, 1 and 2. So all through after hours and pre-market, it could form like 3 or 4, like down here pretty much, like down here, like 1, 2, 3. Well, 3, it could form 3. So maybe market open, it'll be up again, you know, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little bit past all-time highs, the previous all-time highs at 430.6, and then maybe it could drop. Or instead of dropping, maybe it'll drop a little bit, form a flag, a little bit of price action, then it'll squeeze up to like 432, 431 maybe, 431.5, something like that. But yeah, these levels, 430.6, it can be risky. It just depends. I mean, lately, the past few days, it's been pretty fast. The patterns, the market's been moving pretty fast. So just according to the past few days, it should be, you know, it'll probably go higher. Like it'll be at like 4 tomorrow, like 431.7 probably. Looking. So here's another, I think I mentioned this one, I don't know, but top, here's the last all-time highs, test resistance, fell. It could be the opposite. So right now it's at all-time highs, so it could be the opposite, you know, like the opposite of up here. It could be like that, you know, like just the opposite. So say this is not the all-time highs, say this side's all-time highs, and it drops. Either way, that was a horrible explanation or articulants. Damn, it's hot. It got hot. Okay, well, guess that is all. Looks like a similar pattern right here. A top, 2 tops, drop, test resistance, squeeze. Could be like that. As this pattern right here looks similar. I mean, market looks kind of similar, right? But it's not always that simple though. It's not always that simple. We can't just see a pattern in the past like, oh look, it matches, look, oh yeah, I'm gonna trade it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. More times it doesn't work. It just depends on the market psychology. It's a lot more than patterns. That's what you gotta know. You gotta know market psychology also. But anyway, yeah, let's see. It could be squeezing. If it gets to at least 430 points, well, even below 431, it could drop. So yeah, it can get to 431, like right below 431, and then drop. Maybe right above it, 30 cents below, 30 cents above. So we'll see. I mean, it could drop market open. It just depends where it's at. That's all.